Search companies rule the world at the moment, of business online at least. Google alone has maybe 50, 60, 70% of all the search queries in particular parts of the global market, but it does vary from country to country. Yahoo is the next biggest one. And between the two of them, you could say that we are seeing almost a monopoly situation develop on knowledge or how people get to it. And at the same time, companies like Google, MSN, Yahoo, and many others are looking to refine the search engines further. They're already absolutely brilliant for most purposes. What they want to do is to be able to use the data from your previous searches, from your use of the internet, and to try to serve you better. And in theory, that's a wonderful idea. Most of us have had a very frustrating time looking for particular things, and it wastes effort and resources which could be better used on actually doing something else. So anything that enables a search engine to really get inside our minds and work out what it is that we actually mean when we type in holiday, for example, would be very useful. Now that would mean storing data which you might regard as sensitive, that's come from your own search patterns, which may be available on the wider internet, and processing it and combining it with your latest search request to produce something which is totally customized for you. So the days of universal search engine queries are coming to an end. If search engines have anything to do with it, they want to produce a customized search which is totally unique for you. When you type in 2 or 3 words, you will get a totally different result than anyone else anywhere in the world. In theory, so far so good. In practice, there are growing concerns about privacy. Do people actually want their search data to be stored for what, maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2 years or more? And this is a debate which in June was becoming quite a hot and controversial issue regarding conversations that Google was having with the European Union, for example, and in other parts of the world. So what can we expect to happen? Well, on the one hand, there is an irresistible force from consumers who want faster, more accurate searches in a more personalized way. But on the other hand, this privacy issue is not going to go away, and it's going to become center stage for tomorrow. Now, what we can expect is this, that as with mail order companies and just about everything else, you're going to see opt-outs. That is to say, you will be allowed to tick a box, and that's what I would predict. You will be allowed to tick a box enabling you to use search engines without them keeping records of your searches and matching them in some particular way to your identity. Where that click box will be and how prominent it will be is another issue. And the most important question is this. Will you find that if you don't opt in, if you opt out of this personal data collection service, will you find yourself also locked out of the powerful search engine facilities? So that perhaps you're using a cut-down version of Google that only searches 1 billion pages instead of 8. Or maybe NSN only allows you to see paid listings instead of unpaid, or some variant of that. So we're going to see an argument and a counter-argument. On the one hand, the search engines are going to say, listen, we've been serving you for nothing. We've spent billions of dollars developing some of the best utilities in the world. And the very fact that there are so few big search engines just shows how good we are and what a huge investment of capital is required, and running costs as well, to process all these web pages every few days and collate all the results and the rest. And what they're going to say is this. Yes, it's true we get some revenue from you when you search and you click on a paid ad, but it's not quite enough. And what we actually need to do is to maximize our return by offering advertisers a better deal, a better means of targeting those that they really want to reach. And actually they would argue as well, and perhaps they're right, that it's in your interests in a way, because after all, who wants to see paid listings appearing on the right or the left or the top or the bottom that are frankly only partially relevant to you? How much better to have each paid listing that comes up there from a particular advertiser that is up there because the advertiser intuitively knows, using Google technology, that this is just the sort of product that you will be fascinated in and will want to know more about. So in this way, advertisers can serve you better, the search engines can be more accurate, and maybe the world will be a better place. Or will it? We'll wait and see.